This video is about she was his fated mate, yet he was forced into a political marriage. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. Asterisk asterisk, she was his fated mate, yet he was forced into a political marriage. Asterisk asterisk. The woods of Eldergrove whispered secrets only the moon understood. Beneath the silver glow, Aiden, the newly appointed alpha of the Stormcloak pack, paced anxiously, his heart echoing the frantic rhythm of his footsteps. This was not how it was supposed to be. Everything has been arranged, Aiden, his mother, Luna, said, stepping from the shadows. Her voice held a mix of authority and gentleness, yet it did little to soothe his racing heart. You must marry Lady Seraphine of the Frostbite pack. Mother, Aiden replied, his voice low and strained. I want tea. I've already found her my mate. The air crackled around him, the tension palpable as he felt the weight of destiny pressing against his chest. Duty comes first, she insisted, her eyes narrowing. This union will strengthen our positions. The Frostbite pack has powerful allies, and their influence is crucial for our survival. Aiden ran a hand through his tousled hair, frustration bubbling inside him. But my mate, Mira, she has everything. The bond we share is nothing compared to the responsibilities of an alpha, she interrupted sharply, her resolve unyielding. You'll do this for the pack. You will not let your emotions cloud your judgment. Aiden's heart sank. He could feel Mira's presence like a warm glow in his soul, a connection that went beyond reason. How could he choose duty over her? It felt like betrayal. I will not be a puppet to political games, Mother. As if on cue, he sensed her approach before he saw her. Mira emerged from the thicket, her long chestnut hair catching the moonlight, her emerald eyes reflecting his turmoil. Aiden's heart quickened, but Trev followed close behind. Mira, he breathed, his soul aching at the sight of her. She was a vision of grace, yet her face bore the weight of uncertainty. Aiden, she said softly, pausing a few paces away, as if the distance would shield her from the pain of rejection. I heard your conversation. The shadows deepened as Aiden stepped forward, desperation clawing at him. It is not what you think. I want he let them separate us. You are my fated mate. We belong together. But what if you have to marry her? Mira's voice trembled, her vulnerability piercing through him like a blade. You have responsibilities, Aiden. You are the alpha. I will fight this. I will reject the political ties they are trying to bind me with, he vowed, his eyes blazing with determination. But what if they force you? She asked, hurt flickering across her face. What if you lose everything, your position, your family? Not everything matters as much as you do, he said, stepping closer, his hands reaching for hers, desperate to hold on to the bond they shared. You are my destiny, Mira. Nothing can change that. Tears glimmered in her eyes, and Aiden's heart shattered at the sight. Then what will you do? Fight your own blood? You'll be seen as a traitor. I'd rather be a traitor than live a lie, he replied fiercely, holding her gaze, his heart racing. I love you. I will always choose you. Her breath hitched, and for a moment the world around them faded. In the depths of their souls, the bond crackled with unspoken promises. But then doubt crept in, and she pulled away slightly, the distance unbearable. We could run away, Aiden suggested, pleading. We could leave this all behind and find our own place, free from this hierarchy. But what about the pack? She whispered, torn between love and loyalty. They need you. You are their alpha, Aiden. I would rather be a rogue than live a life without you, he insisted, frustration and desperation mingling in his voice. Can't you see? This is our chance to be truly free. Mira's gaze dropped, sadness washing over her. And what about the consequences? What if they hunt us down? What if we lose everything? I would face that darkness 1,000 times over for you, he promised fiercely. You are my heart, Mira. Don't let fear dictate our fate. Just as hope sparked in her eyes, a low growl echoed through the trees, shattering the fragile moment. The shadows shifted, revealing a figure cloaked in darkest Declan, the arrogant heir of the Frostbite pack, a wolf with ambition etched into his every feature. Aiden, I do believe you are barking up the wrong tree, Declan taunted, his voice smooth but laced with malice. You know your pack's future depends on this union. Aiden's instincts flared, his wolf rising to the surface, urging him to protect what was his. You have no claim here, Declan. Leave us. Is that so? Declan stepped closer, eyes glinting with mockery. You think your precious bond can withstand the power of an entire pack? I welcome you to find out. Mere flinch, the tension in the air thickening as Aiden's fist clenched. You are not welcome here. This is between me and my mate. Ah, but isn't it convenient for you, Aiden? Declan's tone dripped with condescension. You were in love with the Omega, while you were meant to be marrying a powerful alpha female. You really should rethink your priorities. Rage boiled in Eden's veins. You don't understand anything about love, Declan. You do not own Mira or me. Time will tell, my friend, time will tell, Declan smirked, then turned and melted back into the shadows, leaving a lingering sense of dread in his wake. Eden's heart raced as he turned back to Mira, but the light in her eyes had dimmed. "He is right, isn't he?" she whispered, pain etched into her features. "You have a duty to your pack." "No, you are my duty," Eden shouted, desperation spilling from every word. "Mira, I can't imagine a life where I don't wake up next to you, where I don't fight for what we have. You are my fated mate." "You don't know what you were asking," she said softly, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You were asking me to risk everything for a love that might not be enough." "Love is everything," he cried. "We can face the world together. I'll protect you, and I'll defy anyone who tries to tear us apart." But as his words hung in the air, the weight of their situation pressed down, suffocating them both. Mira's resolve faltered as the harsh realities of their worlds crashed in. "Aiden, this might be a dream, but I can't break the pack as equilibrium," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. "It is not just about us, it is about everyone." "Then let me fight for us, let me prove that our love can change everything," he pleaded, his heart breaking at the thought of losing her. "I want to believe that," she whispered, her gaze drifting to the shadows that surrounded them. "But what if it is not enough? What if destiny has other plans for us?" "Then we will carve our own path," Aiden vowed, his voice fierce with conviction. "We are meant to be together, Mira. I won't let anyone dictate that, not even fate." But as the cold night air wrapped around them, doubt lingered between them, a shadow that threatened to consume their love. In this moment of vulnerability, they stood on the precipice of an impossible choice, caught between duty and desire, love and loyalty. The winds howled through the trees, echoing the chaos in their hearts. The moon, a silent witness, illuminated their uncertainty as they faced the dawning of a new reality, one that could change everything forever. And somewhere in the depths of the forest, destiny waited, watching, ready to intervene as only it could. Aiden stood amidst the trees, his heart a battlefield of emotions. The moonlight bathed him in silver, the same glow that had always drawn him to Mira, yet now it felt more like a spotlight on the anguish tearing him apart. "Mira," he finally whispered, his voice breaking the silence that felt too heavy between them. "You are my world, my everything. Can't you feel that? We can face this together." With tear-streaked cheeks, she turned from him, her gaze lost in the shadows. "Eden, I feel it, but love alone cannot shield us from the consequences of this world. Your pack, they depend on you. This is not just about us anymore." His frustration flared, forcing him to step closer, to bridge the distance she had created. "But what about us? What about the bond we share? Doesn't that mean something? Can't it be enough?" Mira's breath hitched as she shook her head, her chestnut hair cascading like a waterfall of sorrow. It should be everything, but I can shake the feeling that destiny has already woven a different path for us." "Stop talking like that," he urged, panic igniting within him. "Destiny isn't some unchangeable force. We have the power to choose our path. I want to let them dictate our future, not when it comes to you." As her emerald eyes met his, he saw a flicker of hope beneath the sorrow. "And what if your choice costs you everything, Aiden? Your title, your family, your pack?" "Nothing matters more than you," he insisted, taking her hands into his. "I'd give it all up willingly just to keep you by my side. Love is worth fighting for." A shudder of desire rippled through them, igniting a warmth that momentarily chased away the chill of doubt. But just as quickly, that warmth was overshadowed by a familiar voice, dripping with disdain. "Such sweet words, Aiden." Declan's voice laced through the air like a sharpened blade. The shadow shifted, and he emerged, the moon casting an ominous light upon his smirking face. "But love does not win wars, nor does it secure alliances." Aiden's instinct surged, his wolf clawing at the surface, demanding action. "You shouldn't be here, Declan. This is between me and my mate." "Though, but it concerns me as well," Declan replied, feigning innocence. "After all, I am to be your future wife as suitor, the one wed to Lady Seraphine, the embodiment of power and prestige." Mira recoiled at Declan's words, and Aiden's fury ignited. "You think you can come between us, Declan? I won't let you. Not now. Not ever." Declan laughed, a cold, mirthless sound that echoed through the trees. "You mistake my intention. I merely intend to remind you of your obligations. The Frostbite pack is not to be trifled with. You'll soon find that your little romance is no match for a well-structured alliance." Aiden stepped forward, fist clenched, his heart racing as the fire of his wolf surged within him. You don't own Mira, Declan. She is not the pawn in your game. Maybe not, Declan said, his smile darkening. But you are fool to think this is just about love. Your mother won't allow you to tarnish the Stormclaw name over Mira Mager. Mira's eyes shimmered with unshed tears, and Aiden's heart broke. I don't listen to him. Love, he murmured, his voice softening. We can find a way through this. I refuse to let him dictate our fate. Declan stepped closer, the tension thickening. You may be strong, Aiden, but even the mightiest wolves can be brought down by a single betrayal. You are about to learn that alliances are forged in blood. Mira gasped, her body tensing next to Aiden. What do you mean? She demanded, her voice trembling. Declan's gaze darkened as he leaned closer, savoring the moment. You think you are safe here, in the heart of your pack? You are wrong. I am merely a messenger. The frostbite pack has eyes everywhere. A shiver raced through Aiden. What are you planning? He growled, the wolf within him ready to unleash fury. Let us just say the winds of change are blowing, and your reign will soon meet a storm, Declan replied, a triumphant glint in his eyes. With that, he turned on his heel and disappeared into the shadows, leaving Aiden and Mira reeling in the wake of his threats. Aiden's heart raced, panic clawing at him. Mira, I want to let him. I know, she whispered, stepping closer, her voice barely above a breath. But what if he is right? What if they come for you, for us? Aiden took her hands, grounding himself in her presence. Then we'll fight back. I want to let them take you from me, I promise. Fight against your own family. They'll see you as a traitor, she reminded him, her eyes filled with fear and uncertainty. Better a traitor than a coward, he replied, the fire of determination blazing within him. I refuse to live a life dictated by the rules we are meant to be, and I want to turn my back on our love. Mira's shoulders slumped, the weight of their reality crashing down upon her. But Aiden, what if that's not enough? What if they tear us apart? His heart ached at her doubt, and he held her gaze, willing her to believe. Then we'll face that darkness together. I'll fight for you, for us. You are my fated mate, and no one can take that away. A flicker of hope ignited in her eyes. You really believe that? She asked, her voice trembling. I do, he replied, his heart swelled with conviction. This bond we share is stronger than any political marriage or pack alliance. We are destined for more. They stood there, wrapped in each other's warmth, the world around them fading as the moonlight wove a silver cocoon of hope. But the lingering shadows of Declan's threat haunted them, a reminder that their love was forged in a world rife with danger. The next day, the pack gathered under the ancient oak, the air thick with tension. Aiden's mother stood before them, her presence commanding, casting a long shadow over the assembly. Today, we discuss the union with the Frostbite Pack, she announced, her voice echoing with authority. Mira stood on the edge of the gathering, her heart pounding. Aiden cast furtive glances her way, feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. He could sense his mother's determination, the pull of duty against the insatiable drive of his love for Mira. Lady Seraphine will bring strength and alliances, Luna continued, her eyes scanning the crowd. It is time for our pact to prosper. Aiden clenched his fists, the wolf within him roaring in defiance. No, he bellowed, stepping forward, the eyes of the pack falling upon him. This union will not happen. Gasps rippled through the crowd, and Luna's expression shifted to one of disbelief. Aiden, you cannot be serious. You are the alpha. This decision is not yours alone. It is mine, he declared, his heart racing with every spoken word. I will not marry for political gain. I refuse to be shackled by duty when my heart belongs to Mira. Mira's breath caught in her throat, surprise turning to fear. A hush enveloped the gathering, and the tension crackled as Aiden's allies exchanged glances, unsure of how to react. Duty is the cornerstone of our pack. Luna's voice thundered, her authority undeniable. You risk everything for a bond that could be a mere infatuation. Aiden felt the weight of her words, yet the fire of his love burned brighter. I would rather risk everything than live a lie. This bond is real, and it is worth fighting for. Are you willing to sacrifice your position, your family? Luna's voice softened, a hint of sadness threading through her words. I am willing to sacrifice it all for love, he replied fiercely, his voice steady. Mira is my fated mate, and I will not let anyone dictate our future. The crowd murmured, uncertainty filling the air. Aiden's heart raced, knowing the consequences of his declaration. This was a turning point, a decision that could shatter everything he had ever known. Then, Declan stepped forward, a smirk dancing across his lips. How noble of you, Aiden. But understand this, if you choose her, you will lose not just your title, but the support of the pack. You will be vulnerable. I'll take that risk, Aiden said, his voice resolute. If it means being with Mira, then so be it. Mira stepped closer, her gaze unwavering. I want to let you do this for me, she whispered, her voice laced with emotion. The air thickened with tension as Aiden stood defiantly before his pack, his heart pounding like a war drum. Luna's gaze bore into him, fierce and unyielding, yet he felt the gentle touch of Mira's presence anchoring him, a reminder of what truly mattered. I want to let you sacrifice everything for me, Aiden, Mira said, stepping forward, her voice steady but laced with urgency. You can throw away your future for a love that might not be enough. Aiden's heart twisted at her words, the pain of her doubt hitting him like a physical blow. Mira, our love asterisk is asterisk enough, it is more than enough. You feel it too, dawn to you, we are meant for each other. The pack murmured, uncertainty rippling through the crowd. Aiden could feel their eyes on him, weighing his every word. But all he could focus on was Mira, the anguish in her emerald gaze igniting a fire within him. Your love may be strong, Aiden, Luna interjected, her voice cutting through the silence like a knife. But love alone cannot lead a pack, you need to think of the future of the Stormclaw. The future? Aiden spat, his voice rising. What future is there if it is built on betrayal? If I marry Lady Seraphine, it won't be a union of love but a contract. I refuse to live that life. Enough. Luna's voice commanded, silencing the murmurs. You may be my son, but as the alpha, my duty is to the pack. We cannot afford to be weak. Then you don't understand strength, Aiden retorted, the wolf within him roaring in defiance. Real strength is standing by your mate even in the face of impossible odds. Mira stepped closer, her heart racing as she sensed the urgency in Aiden's every breath. Aiden, please think about what you were saying. This isn't just about us. There are lives at stake. Your position can protect so many. And what about us? He asked, frustration etched across his features. What happens to our happiness, to the love we share? I will not let you sacrifice that for the sake of political gain. But deep down, Aiden could feel the seeds of doubt creeping into his heart. He had always been taught to value the pack above all else, yet Mira's presence awakened entirely different loyalty, one that pulsed in his veins, one that whispered of a destiny far greater than mere obligation. Your love is pure, Aiden, Luna softened, her tone shifting slightly, but you must understand that there are consequences to defying the pack. Declan will not let this go easily. Aiden clenched his fists, a wave of anger surging through him. Let him come, I do rather face Declan's wrath than be a pawn in this political game. The crowd shifted uneasily, and Aiden's allies exchanged worried glances. He felt vulnerability clawing at him, a reminder of the precarious position he now occupied. As if summoned by their fears, Declan stepped forward, his presence cloaked in shadows. Ah, the noble Aiden, ever the romantic, he drawled, a smirk playing at the corners of his mouth. But your defiance is folly. The Frostbite pack has been watching, waiting for your next move. You think your bond will protect you. You are mistaken. Aiden squared his shoulders, unyielding. And what do you intend to do? Use threats to manipulate me? I want to be scared into compliance. Declan's eyes glinted with malice. You misunderstand, Aiden. I am not here to threaten you. I am here to remind you of the reality you are choosing to ignore. Your mother will not tolerate this rebellion. Mira's breath caught in her throat as the weight of Declan's words settled over them like a dark cloud. What are you saying? She asked, her voice trembling. Let us just say the Frostbite pack has plans for your beloved Alpha, Declan replied, savoring her discomfort. Should you choose to defy us, there will be consequences. Your little romance could lead to destruction of more than just your precious title. Enough? Mira gasped, stepping closer to Aiden, her eyes wide with fear. You can do this. We want to let you tear us apart. Ah, but my dear, it is not just me, Declan continued, a predatory glint in his eyes. You see, your precious bond is already under threat. The Frostbite pack is prepared to take action. Aiden felt the air thicken around them, desperation clawing at his chest. What do you mean? He demanded, fury igniting within him. You think you can intimidate us like this? We are not afraid of you. Declan chuckled, the sound dark and mocking. Fear has a strange way of creeping into the hearts of even the strongest wolves. You can fight your destiny, Aiden, but you will soon learn the futility of your rebellion. With that, Declan turned, leaving Aiden and Mira trembling in the wake of his threats. The tension in the air was palpable, a storm brewing on the horizon of their lives. Aiden grasped Mira's hands tightly, grounding himself in her warmth amidst the chaos. We want to let him win. I want to lose you, Mira. We'll all fight this together. Tears glimmered in her eyes as she searched his gaze for reassurance. But what if he is right? What if the pack turns against you? What if your mother sides with him? I'll face them all if it means keeping you by my side, Aiden vowed fiercely, determination fueling his resolve. Nothing will come between us, I promise. But as hope flickered in her eyes, the shadows of doubt loomed larger. Aiden, I don't want you to suffer for me. I don't want to be the reason you lose everything. You are not a burden. Mira, he insisted, cupping her face in his hands, his heart aching to soothe her fears. You are my heart, my fate. I will fight for you, even if it means facing the entire pack. As the moon hung high, casting its silver light upon them, Aiden and Mira felt the weight of their love and destiny intertwining, weaving a bond that defied the rules of their world. But the darkness of Declan Estates lingered, a haunting reminder of the battles that lay ahead. That night, Aiden sat beneath the ancient oak, the weight of his choices pressing heavily on his shoulders. He could feel the pull of his wolf, urging him to embrace the wildness within, to claim what was his. Yet the uncertainty of the path ahead loomed like an insurmountable mountain. A rustle in the underbrush made him tense. A figure emerged, cloaked in shadows. It was Silas, his loyal bather and closest confidant. Aiden, he said, urgency in his voice. Ivy heard whispers. The Frostbite pack is planning something. We need to prepare. What kind of something? Aiden asked, alarmed. An alliance of their own, Silas explained, his brow furrowed with concern. They believe if they can sway your mother, they can control the Stormclaw pack from within. It is a political move to undermine your authority. Then we have to act, Aiden said, fiery resolve igniting within him. We can't let them take what is ours. We must rally our allies. We must show them that our bond is unbreakable. Silas nodded, determination flickering in his eyes. I'll gather the most loyal wolves. We'll prepare for whatever they throw our way. As Silas departed, Aiden felt a surge of hope and fear battling within him. He knew the stakes were higher than ever, but he couldn't back down now. Mira was worth every risk, and he vowed to protect her at all costs. The next day, as the sun broke over the horizon, Aiden stood before the pack once more, resolve etched in every feature. Brothers and sisters, he began, his voice steady and strong. Today we face an uncertain future, but I promise you this, I will not falter in my love for what is right. The pack listened intently, understanding the weight of his words. Our bond is our strength, and together we can withstand any storm that threatens to tear us apart. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the ranks, and Aiden felt the energy shift. We will not be manipulated. We will stand together, united as a pack, and we will protect what is ours. But as he spoke, the shadows gathered, and the undeniable truth of Declan's threat weighed heavily on his heart. Aiden knew the coming days would test their resolve, but he was determined to fight for Mira, to fight for their love, no matter the cost. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the land, Aiden found himself once again drawn to the woods, the familiar pull of the moon guiding him deep into the forest. He needed to connect with his wolf, to harness the power that surged within him. In the clearing, he shifted, feeling the transformation wash over him. The wolf emerged, a magnificent beast of strength. The moon illuminated the forest like a guardian watching over Aiden's transformation. The surge of his wolf filled him with strength, a primal instinct roaring to life beneath his skin. He could feel the world sharpening, sense intensified, sounds became clearer, and his heart pulsed in rhythm with the wildness around him. As he prowled through the shadows, his thoughts drifted back to Mira, her laughter, her warmth, the way her emerald eyes sparkled like fresh dew in the morning light. She was his everything, yet the weight of his responsibilities loomed heavy above them both. Suddenly, a rustle from the underbrush snapped him from his reverie. He paused, ears perked, muscles tense. Silas emerged, his wolf form sleek and powerful. Aiden, he growled urgency in his tone. We need to talk. Aiden shifted back to his human form, the cool night air brushing against his bare skin. What is wrong? He asked, worry creeping into his gut like a shadow. There has been a disturbance at the pack's border. Some of the Frostbite wolves have been spotted, and they re not just scouting, they're re-provoking us, Silas explained, his brow furrowed with concern. Anger ignited within Aiden. They're retesting us. Declan is trying to provoke a response to make us look weak. We can't let him succeed. Agreed, Silas nodded. We need a strategy. The pack is on edge. If we don't act decisively, they might lose faith in you as their alpha. Aiden clenched his fists, frustration bubbling beneath the surface. Then I'll show them our strength, gather our loyal wolves. I want the strongest fighters by my side. As Silas departed, Aiden felt the weight of destiny pressing against him once more. This was no longer just about love, it was about survival, about protecting the ones he held dear. He took a deep breath, ready to face whatever darkness awaited. The next day, as dawn broke, Aiden stood at the heart of the pack's territory, surrounded by the loyal members of the Stormclaw. Their faces held a mixture of determination and fear, reflecting the turmoil in his own heart. Listen up. Aiden called, projecting his voice to the gathered pack. Today, we stand united against the Frostbite Pack's intimidation. We will not be cowed by Declan's schemes. Our love, our loyalty is our strength. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the ranks, and he felt a surge of pride. We are not just wolves, we are family, and together, we will defend what is ours. A chorus of howls erupted from the pack, echoing through the trees, a powerful testament to their unity. But Aiden's heart remained heavy, knowing that the real battle awaited them. Later that evening, Aiden found himself at the edge of the woods, where the moonlight filtered through the leaves like whispers of fate. He was lost in thought when he sensed her approach. Mira appeared, her features soft but weary, and his heart ached at the sight. "Mira," he breathed, stepping forward to pull her into his embrace. The warmth of her body against his soothed the turmoil within him, yet he could feel the tension lingering in the air. "Aiden, I am scared," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "What if they come for you? What if they hurt you because of me?" He tightened his grip, feeling the strength of their bond flowing between them. "Nothing will happen to me. I promise I'll protect you. I'll fight for us, for our love, no matter the cost." Tears glimmered in her eyes, and he brushed them away with his thumb. "But it shouldn't have to come to this. You shouldn't have to sacrifice everything for me. No one is asking you to be the reason I fight," he said fiercely, his heart pounding. "You are my reason to fight. You are my fate, Mira. I would face any danger to keep you safe." Mira's gaze searched his, a storm of emotion swirling within her. "But Aiden, what if it is not enough? What if your mother turns against you, or the pack loses faith? I can't bear the thought of you being alone in this." "You are not alone in this. We are in this together," he insisted, drawing her closer. "You are my mate, my heart. Together, we can overcome any challenge." With a shaky breath, she nodded, her eyes shimmering with uncertainty yet infused with a flicker of hope he had ignited. "Then I'll stand with you, no matter what happens, but promise me you'll be careful." "I promise," he vowed, feeling the weight of their love anchor him. As they shared a lingering gaze, the moon illuminated the connection, but the sound of howling in the distance shattered the moment, pulling them back into reality. "Looks like the Frostbite Pack is making their move," Aiden said, steeling himself. "We have to be ready." Mira nodded, determination replacing the fear in her eyes. "I'll help however I can, Aiden. I won't let you face this alone." Just as they were about to turn back, a shadow emerged from the tree's Declan, stepping forward with that infuriating smirk on his face. "Such a touching scene," he drawled, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "But I am afraid your little romance is about to come to a very abrupt end." Aiden stepped protectively in front of Mira, his wolf instinct roaring to life. "What do you want, Declan?" "Oh, nothing much. Just to remind you that the Frostbite Pack has no intention of letting you have your happily ever after," he replied, his eyes gleaming with malice. "Your mother is wavering, and I am here to ensure that you remember your place." Mira flinched at Declan's words, and Aiden felt rage boiling within him. "You think you can manipulate us? You think I'll back down?" Declan shrugged, a nonchalant gesture that only fueled Aiden's anger. "I don't need to manipulate. You're doing a fine job of that yourself. You weak Aiden. You let your emotions cloud your judgment." "Emotions make us strong," Aiden shot back, fist clenched. "Something you wouldn't understand even if it be you." "Oh, I understand perfectly," Declan retorted, stepping closer, his voice low and sneering. "But soon, you'll see that love alone won't save you when the Frostbite Pack comes for what is ours." With that, Declan vanished into the shadows, leaving a chilling silence in his wake. Aiden turned to Mira, worry etched on her face. "What if yes, right? What if we read too late?" "No," Aiden said fiercely, holding her gaze. "We will not succumb to fear. We will stand and fight. They may try to tear us apart, but I refuse to let them win." The resolve in his voice ignited a fire within her, and she nodded, determination burning bright in her eyes. "Then we'll prepare. We'll gather our allies and show them that love and loyalty can overcome even the darkest of threats." The days that followed were filled with tension and preparation. Aiden and Mira worked tirelessly, rallying the pack and fortifying their defenses. Silas stood steadfast at Aiden's side, a fierce ally unwavering in the face of danger. But even as they prepared, Aiden felt the shadows of doubt creeping into his heart. What if they weren't strong enough? What if his love for Mira wasn't enough to withstand the storm on the horizon? On the eve of confrontation, Aiden found himself beneath the ancient oak once more, staring up at the moonless sky. He felt the weight of every choice he had made, and a sense of impending doom settled heavily in the air around him. Suddenly, a rustling sound broke the silence, and Mira stepped into the clearing, her expression solemn. "Aiden, I've been thinking. What if we reached out to Lady Seraphine before it is too late? She could help us. Eden shook his head, frustration boiling within him. No, aligning with her would mean betraying our love. I want to have it. But what choice do we have? She urged, desperation creeping into her voice. If we don't act now, we might lose everything, including each other. Eden stepped closer, his heart aching at the thought. I would rather face Declan and the frostbite pack alone than betray our bond. You mean too much to me. Her eyes glinted with tears, and he reached out to cup her face, forcing her to meet his gaze. Mira, I love you. I would face any darkness, any danger to keep you safe. I love you too, she whispered, her voice trembling. But love is not always enough. You need allies, Eden. We need them. As the night deepened, Eden felt the weight of her words. He didn't want to betray their love, but he also didn't want to risk losing her. The realization hit him hard. They were running out of time. Then let us not betray our bond, he said slowly, his voice steady. Let us reach out to Lady Seraphine together. If we can unite our